I am here at Domain City Center in Lenexa, Kansas. Today is Saturday, October the 26th. I'm starting in the northwest corner of the property, and these areas here are going to be verticut and overseeded by us. And this area here behind me, this is the rain garden. Rain garden is planted with all the plant material we received from another competitor, and the rocks will be continued around the pond, and the sod will be installed from the sidewalk to the rock edge around the rain garden. So now I'm going to come up to the building. We have plantings, but we need to put in more evergreen winter interest shrubs. So I'm going to go around and show these planting beds. Okay, the next property, the next little fenced area has some perennials, but has only two shrubs, but it needs a lot more shrubs, winter interest shrubs, evergreen shrubs. This area needs several winter interest shrubs. Next area, big area here, needs a lot of winter interest shrubs in there, evergreen. Let's go back this way. We've got these green areas here. These will probably be planted into annuals, grasses probably in 2025, but inside the fenced areas where we're really concerned about getting plant material installed. And you can see they're planted primarily with grasses and a couple of shrubs, but we need to get those planted. I'm gonna look at the rain garden again from the other side. All this is going into sod. It's ready, it's irrigated, and all that black fabric will be covered up with 4 to 6 inch multicolor Colorado cobbles, and we need to as-built it that way. Again, this is all grasses, but the city of Lenexa wants the developer to have winter interest. Look at all the grasses, which is great. But we need some shrubs. Sorry, we need some shrubs. There's one of the LED transformers, but here we are by the door, and all these areas inside the fences, and over here, we need some winter interest evergreen shrubs in this area. So I'm going to go around the corner here. You can see I'd like to screen this utility box better with maybe a couple Spartan junipers or something. Bear in mind, we can't be within 10 feet of this door right here, but we can screen this end of it with a Spartan juniper or two. Coming around here, we've got some mechanical units that we could screen much better with some evergreen shrubs. I recommend screening all these mechanical utility boxes with something. Coming down Winchester on the west side, this will all be sodded. There's 7 autumn blaze maples already installed here. Now I'm going to show the first planting bed. It's a huge planting bed, but it needs some shrubs. It needs some winter interest shrubs. Okay, what you're seeing is some liriope and some perennials. Keep walking along here, looking at these fenced-in areas. They need some winter interest shrubs, some evergreen shrubs. I'm going to pause for a minute. There's a pedestrian coming. Tell me my lens is clean. Okay, back to the video here. Okay, so the next area is fenced-in area. It needs a lot more. It needs winter interest shrubs. Okay, so I'm going to go down. Maybe should have come here later in the day, but here we go. Okay, so the next bed, you can see there's some liriope in the front, and you can see there's one shrub in there. I don't know what that is exactly, but so let's keep going. These autumn blaze maples, but here we go down Winchester on the west side of the property, looking at all the plants that are there. If you notice, it's a sweet bay magnolia, but there's really no winter interest shrub other than those little teeny arborvitaes there. I think those are those fire king, but there's another area needs a bunch of shrubs. That needs, you know, winter interest shrubs. The city said we have to have winter interest shrubs in all these areas, and then we can come back with perennials and grasses next year, 2025. But right now, we need winter interest shrubs in all these areas. Okay, and I'm looking at another planting bed here. Look at that. It needs we call them foundation plantings too. These need to be along the foundations. Okay, come around here. There's one upright DeGroots spire there. Looks good. But then over here, see, look at the big amount of area we have with no winter interest. We've got a sweet babe magnolia. It's going to lose its leaves here in a week or two. And then up here, you know, originally on top up here, we had shrubs, and we need to look at putting some winter interest shrubs up here. You can see up here on top, there were plants up here before. Well, let's stay down here. So along here, I would like to screen this big utility box with some Spartan junipers, maybe on either side, because it's just, all right, so up here on top, you can see there were shrubs up here on top. Need to take a look at that. Okay, so this needs to be, oh my, what a mess up here. What a mess. Holy smokes. All the plants are gone. So this area needs to be landscaped. Okay, we need to put, and there's irrigation up there. I can see the irrigation lines that are cut, but this is up on top of the wall. You see, there's kiwit. I'm on the southwest corner, but we need to put plants up here, okay? This is all gonna be redone. All this rock and stuff is gonna be pulled out of here, okay? So this is very important that this area be addressed, okay? I'm on the back side of this big utility electrical substation, and this is gonna be sodded this week. This area here, we need to put, I'd like to put some Spartan junipers along in here. And over here, we're gonna put a ginkgo, autumn gold ginkgo goes right there. This area probably should be resodded. Looks like crap, but whatever. We can address that. Sod's easy. So along the base of this wall, definitely need some evergreen shrubs, but definitely some Spartan junipers around this cabinet here. We can't block the front doors because they have to be able to open it, but we can put grasses in. Anything they can cut down with a box cutter knife, we can install. I'd like to put maybe a couple of maybe 3 Spartan junipers on this end, and maybe 3 Spartan junipers on this end to screen this thing. Over time, it'll disappear, right? As I get bigger. All right, we're going down the south side now. Sorry for the noise. There's kiwit to the south. There's the upper wall area that we need to re-landscape on top of this wall. No one's even talked about it, but it's got to be, all those rocks have got to be raked off of there. So put on there, rake off rocks, clean it up, mulch it. Okay, we're going to put another autumn gold ginkgo here. They're on the south side of the project. We've been in here raking out all this rock. We're going to have to improve the soils, amend the soils, or completely replace the soils, because what we have in here is rock and cement, concrete trash. Okay, so this entire south end of the building is going to have to be landscaped. Look, there's nothing here, and these soils need to be improved. They're full of rock and cement and fabric and all kinds of crap, and our guys have been instructed to remove all this debris, but this has to be landscaped. Look at this. They're going to be putting fences in on the 11th and 12th of November 2024. This area here we probably could put in the grasses next spring, maybe liriope and maybe some prairie drop seed. But here we are again. There's another one of those transformers. I think that one's being replaced. We're replacing 3 of the transformers from what I can tell so far. But look at this. This whole area needs to be landscaped. It's total train wreck over here. Okay, this is the south end of the building. Now, there's a space here where there's no green spaces. We're gonna go over and we're gonna catch the southeast corner of the building. You can see we've already put that Bracken Brown Beauty Magnolia already in there. And we're gonna go around the corner here. We like to screen these utility boxes, okay? That's real important to us, to screen these utility boxes. Right there's one, and right there's another one. And there's that Bracken Brown Beauty we planted, beautiful plant. And we have to landscape all along this front. And Terry, the owner of EPC Real Estate Group and the Domain City Center, sorry, wants to put in the Winterberry Holly all along here, like you see over here at Kiewit. He really likes this. He likes those buckthorn, those fine line buckthorns. He likes all these hollies. See how he's got them along the front of Kiewit? He didn't do it. We actually landscaped it. Then some grasses in front of that. So there's, you see the buckthorns are at the pillars, right? He likes the buckthorns to accentuate the verticality of those pillars, and then all those Winterberry holly along the front, foundation planting. So here's where we need a lot of work done. Along the front of this building, you can see there's nothing here except for that Bracken Beauty we planted right there. They call it Bracken. I call them Bracken Brown Beauty. But okay, so I want to show you this corner real well. So need a lot of landscaping in here. Maybe buckthorn there, a buckthorn there, where these pillars are. Buckthorns, right? 1, 2, 3 fine line buckthorns would look really good, I think, right in front of these pillars. Something vertical, of course, but I think the Spartans will get too big. I'll say buckthorn. You see these vertical elements here? Very important that the landscape speaks to the architecture. That's what I learned from Kinman. Anyway, another really good place for a buckthorn right here in front of this pillar. Oh, that would look so nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buckthorns right in here. And then all the shrubs, you know, all the winter interest shrubs along the foundation, and groups of 3s and 5 and 3s and 5. A lot of those Winterberry holly. I'm going to back up so you can see the building better. Okay. Look at all that open space we've got. These beds that we talked about yesterday will be put into liriope and grasses, probably prairie drop seed and maybe some holly or a couple plants. Here's the front door. Very important. On either side of this front door, main entrance, we want those Winterberry holly because that's what the owner Terry really likes. So now again, planting bed all on the front of the building here. I'd like to back up, but man, there's cars going by and I want you to see everything. Okay, these planting beds here will go into liriope, grasses, and I think we talked about some kind of a ilex plant, but going along the front of the building. Again, nothing here, and the fences won't be out this far. It's just going to be the planting bed. So everything's fully irrigated, as you know, as everyone should know. Everything is fully drip irrigated, or in the turf spray irrigated. All these beds here will adjust next spring. They're going into perhaps liriope, grasses, and some kind of maybe some very small shrubs. Here's these 3. Okay, behind these Bracken Brown Beauties, we need plantings. Okay, we need 3s and 5s of these various winter interest shrubs. Okay, some beautiful stuff right in here. Let's make this really beautiful here. This is the front door. This is the front area of Domain. These 3 beds out here are already planted. They're looking okay. We're gonna leave them alone for now. The trees have all been pruned up. Okay, so we're gonna go up along the front here in just a minute because there's another layer here. There's another level, right? We're at the lower level now, at the street level. Now we're gonna go up, and we're going to go up to the lower apartment units. That domain, city center, here we are. And look at all this area that needs to be landscaped. We'll take out anything that's here because it's not going to be consistent with our design. I'm going to walk along here, let you see in detail what we got here. We got a huge planting area here. It's going to take a lot of shrubs to fill this, you know, foundation plantings. Again, opportunity for buckthorn, fine line buckthorn, perhaps here. Absolutely, right here, fine line buckthorn. Perhaps there, fine line buckthorn again, right? Let's look through here. Let's keep looking. Look at the size of this planting area. And there's the barberry are going away, right? No barberry because Terry doesn't like those, and I don't particularly like them either. There's one rose here that can go away. All this garbage needs to be, but look at how this all needs to be landscaped. There's nothing here. It's like a wasteland, of course, you know, because of the construction. But I'll give you a peek in here. We're inside the fence, okay? And inside the fence again, looking down to the south, and then looking the other way to the north, and looking, there's District over there, another one of the EPC real estate buildings. But here's this, look at this planting bed all along here. There is a fine line buckthorn spot right there, beautiful. Here we go again. Another fence, fenced off. Here's another place has 0 plantings over here. No, it's got some old barberry that have to go away. And then here, you got this nice planting bed here. Again, barberry can go away because they're ugly. And they're inconsistent. They're very small for some reason. I think the soil's really poor in here. But here we're up on top now. So we got a plant. This needs to be made very beautiful. It's kind of the front corner. I'm gonna go up on top for a second so you can see down. I wish the sun wasn't so bright in my eyes, but you can see all that. That's all planted. That's all planted. Now down below here is not planted really, other than liriope. We need to put something in here. All that's going to be sodded. All that area there will be sodded. Okay, going around the building now. We're on the southeast corner. You can see the drip irrigation's been running. They got our irrigation crew got all the irrigation going. Going to be turf spray irrigation here. Okay, all along here we need plantings. Look at this big wall area here. This might be really good for those twins, China twins hollies along here, maybe mixed in, 3 and 5, and then mix them up. We don't want anything to be, we don't want anything monoculture, right? Then you got this huge planting bed up here. There's some old barberries in here that they're doing really poorly for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we need to add some compost to the soils and some fertilizer. But you can see, yeah, include in the green sheet. Nope, too late for that. We need to, time and material, we need to add compost and other amendments to these soils. Something's really problematic going on here. Maybe there's not enough sun for the barberries, but not sure. But this is the north end of the building. That's the library. And you can see this area needs to be planted. This will all be sod along here. It's already been ordered. But along here we need shrubs. We need to hide this ugly concrete surface right here. Hide all, hide the ugliness right there. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a designer, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, over here, this is the south. This is the north end, and there you have. This is supposed to be verticut and overseeded. I think we're gonna end up sodding this, but yeah, it's beyond verticut and overseed. I think. Look at all the dog pee there. Okay, so this is another one of these transformers. Another good place for maybe Spartan junipers. This is a north end of the building, but we need a lot of winter interest in here. Now we can put a Spartan on the end here or two. We just can't put them in front of these doors. We can put grasses in front of these doors next spring. Same thing there. We can maybe put a Spartan right there on the end of that big electrical unit, and we'll go on down. See all these plants? These plants are not winter interest evergreen shrubs. These are mostly perennials and grasses. So you can see there used to be hollies in here. There's only one now that survived. There's a white pine right there. There's a maple there, and an oak there, beautiful oak. But anyway, I'm going down here along south end of the building. We need a bunch of evergreens in here that'll be shade tolerant, right? And these junipers, for all I care, can come out because there's just one and there's a couple over there. They've survived, but they're inconsistent. Those 3 hollies can stay, I would say, because they're in pretty good shape. And those are, it looks like China boy, China girl. Beautiful oak right here. It looks like is that a shantung? I'm not sure. But look at those leaves. What kind of oak is this? Beautiful leaves. Wow. Beautiful little oak. Wow. But here's some grasses that can stay, I think. But again, on the ends of this, we can put Spartan juniper, something that could screen that, you know. And then along here, we need some winter interest, maybe a Spartan juniper in here, and then another Spartan juniper here. We've got 15 sold to the owner. And all along here, we need winter interest shrubs. We've got grasses, and we've got, looks like, is that a butterfly bush? I'm not sure what that is, but I think it is. Yeah, it's butterfly bush. But along here, these are grasses. These are northern sea oats. They're not going to do much good in the wintertime. The city wants this whole wall. We've got to put a lot of plants in here, all along these walls. Look how it looks so stark. You see across the street, they didn't leave their walls exposed. Okay, along here, completely blank. This is the northwest corner, coming back around to where we started. So this is about the end of the video. We're going to be either sodding or verticutting and overseeding these areas. I think sod. It looks so horrible. They were supposed to verticut and overseed these, but I don't think they did. So here's a shot looking to the south on the northwest corner. You can see there's the building on down. Hope this gives you some good perspective and context on what we're designing. And here's back to the rain garden again. That's the conclusion of this video of Domain City Center landscape areas. Thank you very much.